Welcome to episode 57 of Tools in the Hall. I want to start right out with thanking two people that have become very significant to me very quickly. And the first of whom is a gentleman named Phil Warmbier. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, Phil. He works for Chicago Pneumatic, and he wrote me an email and he said, I just watched episode 54 with the CP772 3/4 inch impact. So if you watch that episode to know exactly what impact I'm talking about, is this awesome older unit that was given to me by a customer to do a once-over on. And he said, I work with a great group of people in North America marketing and selling Chicago pneumatic tools. We're proud to share the brand is 120 years old. I think I mentioned that they are over 100 years old. I did not know they were quite that old. So it's a brand that's been around a long, long time, and they are tried and true to make great products. You do yourself well to consider Chicago Pneumatic when you're looking at pneumatic tools, but also they have cordless tools now. That's beside the point. I'll continue with Phil's email. He said, we can help with parts for the tool. Just let me know what you need. And he mentioned a couple of other things, gave me some links, and he said, really appreciate the work you do on tool reviews and tool news. Thank you. Well, thank you, Phil. I'm very grateful that you saw the video and that you reached out to me. So my reply to Phil in an email was, thanks for the note, Phil. I'm grateful you saw the video and reached out. I may have to order a replacement anvil for the impact. Do you publish a price sheet for retailers? And he emails back and says, I will send you one. Is the address on my email signature the one you would like it sent to? Thanks, Phil. And I said, it is. And he said, okay, I'll send one out. Now, I'm wondering why he would send me a price sheet, because he could just email that to me. And usually it's a pretty quick process. Is send the price sheet. I can probably get an account set up as a dealer with you, and we can start doing business. Well, when Phil said, I will send you one, he wasn't referring to a price sheet. He was referring to a replacement anvil. So Phil sends me this because the one that's in the impact that has been given to me by my customer, Joe Guerrero, the spindle here sheared off. So this piece here just floats free in the tool. So I was going to replace it, and Phil, you just offered one up and sent it to me, and I could not be more grateful. And on behalf of my customer, Joe, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you reached out, and I hope that we can get a nice relationship going after this and continue to do some business. And it's just great. It makes you feel like $1 million when you have folks like Phil who take the time to watch the channel, get something from it, and then make the effort to reach out and actually develop a relationship and help a brother out. And hopefully it's nothing but great things from here on forward. So Phil, thank you so much. I appreciate all the help and the contact. Now, the second person I need to thank is the president of Johnson City Bank in Johnson City, Texas. He and I just struck up a brand new relationship after I was referred to him through a customer who has gone to him in the past for personal and business financing for stuff. So we're at the point right now in our business where we want to grow some. I have to make a large equipment purchase for a customer that ordered 4 AC recovery units from me, and I can't afford that on my current trade account with my vendors. So I went to Johnson City Bank and talked to Shannon Saltemeyer, who's the president there, and he very quickly got us set up with a loan that will cover the payment to our vendor for that, and that'll bridge that gap between purchasing the equipment until we get paid from our customer. So he was, he couldn't have been easier. What I really like about him was he was as advertised to me through my customer, a fellow named DJ Kirky, who does great tool and firearm business for me. And DJ said, oh, he's great. He's, he likes to do business in an old-fashioned way, does stuff on a handshake. And I'm thinking, well, okay, it sounds great to me. I mean, God knows it's the way I do business on the tool truck. So it would be really cool to find a banker who does business that way too, although who does? Well, Shannon does. And he got us set up with extremely good terms for a loan here, and we'll be ready to get funded on that and pull the trigger when it comes time to take delivery of the equipment that we're buying. So as he and I are talking, I spent 2 hours in his office with him and my wife, Kathy, and we were talking about all kinds of things, mostly about the business and letting him know where we are. And he's telling us about his bank and how they work and operate. And it felt like you took a step back in time to a point where business was built on relationships and trust. And it felt great to me, and it felt very familiar because that's what we do in the tool business. Everything we do is built on trust. We issue all of our customers credit. And to know that there's a banker who thinks very similarly and wants to make it easy for the customer and actually writes loan terms that are favorable to the customer instead of doing nothing but protecting themselves and getting as much money as they can out of the customer. He wrote us a simple interest loan. Come on, that never happens. And the terms of which are very, very favorable. So, as we talk more about things, find out he's a fan of tools too, and he goes tool shopping and he buys stuff and he does his own work on things. So I told him, hey, we got a YouTube channel, and he checked us out and told me the other day when we were talking in the follow-up conversation, he checked out the channel. So Shannon, if you're watching, I can't thank you enough. Between what you've done for us and what Phil from Chicago Pneumatic has done for us, I feel like $1 million. And it's not often that we can have such a positive effect on other people in this world. But Phil and Shannon, you two fellows have really positively affected me, my wife Kathy, our business, and in turn we can now have a good positive effect on our customers because of the things that you're facilitating for us and allowing us to do. It's great to rely on people who are reliable. And you two fellows are aces in my book. So thank you both very, very much. Here's to a great future together and all working hand in hand as we grow our business and lean on each other a little bit and able to help each other out. So fellas, thank you very much. I deeply, deeply appreciate what you've been doing for us so far and what we'll continue to do in the future. On to the tools. I'm stoked about this tool haul in particular because there are some tools I haven't had to buy before, so I'm fulfilling some special requests for some customers, but also taking advantage of some new tools that are on the market and some bundle deals that Milwaukee has. So let's dig right in. All right, first and maybe least, this is a new packet of monthly flyers that have come out. These are covering August, so they'll go on the truck. By the time you see this video, these will already be on the truck. I'm shooting this video on the tail end of July, so I think I have a couple of videos in the queue before this one hits. So these will already be on the truck, and I'll just be giving them out through the month of August. I haven't even looked at them yet, so I don't know what the deals are that are in there. But there's some really good deals lately from Milwaukee that I've been taking advantage of and have a chance to put some interesting and very affordable inventory on the truck with pricing that can compete with Home Depot. So anytime I can do that, it's a win for me and my customers because people aren't paying as much as they normally would. In fact, I had a half-inch impact kit with one battery, a charger, and a bag on the truck. I got that at a special bundle deal pricing. So I can afford to give a customer a choice. And it's a 3-tier pricing system. You can either pay the lowest if you pay for it all now. You can put 50% down and put the rest on your account for a slightly higher price and a higher price than that if you just finance the whole thing. And when I told my customer about it the other day, when he's buying the last one I had, he said, how much is this? And I said, it's $369, and he did one of these. I said, yep. I said, if you pay for it all now. I said, if you want to pay half now and put the rest in your account, add $50 to it. And if you want to finance the whole thing, add another $50. Well, he took the option of putting half down and financing the rest. And he was so pleasantly surprised at the price because he said, I've seen the same thing on the Mako truck for $600 or $700 or something. And I said, yeah, anytime I can take advantage of these bundle deals that Milwaukee has, I'm happy to do it because it makes it so much less expensive. And you can choose how much you pay based on how you pay. And it can fit very nicely into someone's budget. And they have some room to play with there and figure things out. And it helps me move more product. So as a result, I had a very good week last week and the week before, all because I can start taking advantage of deals like this. So good on you, Milwaukee. Now, let's show you some actual tools 25 minutes into the video. First one we have is a 90-tooth half-inch drive ratchet from Gearwrench. This is the one with the comfort grip handle. And they're newer 90-tooth mechanism. These are very smooth. They have a 4-degree swing arc. There is a noticeable difference if you feel this next to one of their 120 XP mechanisms, but if you didn't and you just felt this by itself, it feels nice and fine and very smooth. And the nice thing about these ratchets are their back drag is nice and light, so it's easier to get a longer, useful life out of the ratchet while you're turning a particular workpiece. When you're evaluating ratchets, make sure you evaluate the back drag along with some other factors that you may want to consider, like the tooth count, how smooth it is, how it feels in your hand. And the back drag is simply how much resistance does the ratchet have when you're going through the ratcheting portion of the mechanism. Right, so I'm tightening here, tightening here, tightening here, and then I ratchet back to tighten again, right? If the back drag is tight, then it's going to drag my workpiece back while it ratchets. And then I'm just going to wind up just turning the nut or the bolt like this. I'm not getting anywhere. So the lighter the back drag, the more this is going to swing without engaging the workpiece. And that's what you want to look for. So evaluate back drag when you evaluate other criteria for your ratchets. And I think you'll find that the 90-tooth wrenches and ratchets from Gearwrench stack up beautifully against any other premium brand. I sell mostly Gearwrench branded ratchets. I do have some other brands that I have sold in the past, like Easy Red, because they have some specialty ratchets that Gearwrench doesn't have. And I have sold some Milwaukee ones as part of socket sets that come in their what's the name? I'm forgetting the name of their I forgot the name. Pack out. Oh my goodness. As part of the pack out kits. They bundle a bunch of stuff together in pack out modules, so I've been selling those too. But by far, the nicest ones are the Gearwrench ones because they look and feel so darn good. I also go to Gearwrench for chrome sockets. They have shallow, semi-deep, and deep offerings in 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch drive. They come on nice plastic rails with square posts on them, and they're a great functional all-around socket. Their pricing is extremely good. Compare this to the price of any other premium socket, and by far, the Gearwrench ones come out to be a much lower price, and the quality is excellent. Guys got a lot of mileage out of these. I see very little breakage, but if I do, they're easy enough to swap out. And this is a 1/4 drive metric set that goes from 4 to 15 millimeter. It doesn't cost a whole lot to provide some extra protection to your air impact tool. And when you get a rubber boot like this is the Ingersoll one for a 2235. Also, the boots for the Milwaukee M12 and M18 impacts are worth the investment. For $30-40, you can give yourself some protection for the tool that's going to keep it in terrific shape. So if you ever want to trade it in, sell it, whatever down the line, or even just keep it in good working condition, a protective boot is the way to go. It's going to keep it looking great and working well, keep the internals clean by protecting it, and it keeps the outside looking great. A lot of times the labels will wear off on these things and you can't read markings on them. That's not a problem when you protect it with a boot. I have mentioned Vessel screwdrivers in the past, and I purchased 2 Vessel number 2 Phillips Impacta brand screwdrivers. They have a striker cap on the back, and when you strike it with a hammer, it impacts on the tip, and it rotates to break loose frozen fasteners. These are JIS compliant, so they're built to a very high standard, excellent fitment. Some guys request these in particular because they fit so much better than your regular Phillips screwdrivers. And unless you have a particular application for these, you may not notice or care if you use a regular non-JIS compliant screwdriver. But I had a customer in particular ask me for the JIS compliant ones from Vessel. And they have a nice comfort grip handle on them. 2 of them came in for them. Ordering individual screwdrivers is considered open stock, And doing that, sometimes these take a while to come in. These are special order items that, I don't know, they took a few months to come in, but they're here. And luckily my customer is very understanding and willing to wait because he likes them so much. They're absolutely worth the wait to him. When you're performing an AC leak test, you're going to need a UV light, and when you get the yellow glasses, they really make the dye that you put in the system pop when you see the leak. Very easy to detect a leak. We're using a kit like this. This is from Mastercool. They make a lot of very good AC service equipment, including recovery machines, but they also make smaller gauge hose and manifold sets and accessories like this non-rechargeable UV flashlight that uses 3 AAA batteries and yellow glasses. For the money, it's the one I keep on the truck because I think it costs $50. And yes, you can get brighter rechargeable lights, but if you don't need it, save yourself the money, get you the one that uses the alkaline batteries, or you can put rechargeable cells in there yourself if you wanted to. But this one comes with, in the back of the package, 3 AAA batteries, glasses in the light, and you're set to go to detect leaks right away out of the package. Next time somebody looks and goes, hey, go blow, you say, I will. I'll use my Milton pocket blowgun because I have the need to blow dust off myself, or blow dust off a car, or blow out the interior of a car, or maybe under the hood if I'm working on something there's a buildup of leaves or dirt or something. All you do is you plug your hose fitting at that end and air comes out that end, and there's no switch, there's no lever, there is just a pocket clip, which is kind of cool. Just put it in your shirt pocket, carry it around all day. I know body guys use this mainly. After they're done sanding a Bondo job, they'll blow themselves off, blow off the car, blow the workplace on the floor around where they've been working all day. Easy, quick, simple tool. Most mechanics I know don't own one. It's usually just the bodymen that do, because the mechanics tend to go for the pistol grip lever actuated blowguns. But you know, whatever, your choice. Milton makes outstanding air products and fittings and stuff like that, and this is one that I always keep on the truck. If you work on big trucks or buses and you have to loosen the retainer ring around the base of a Davco fuel filter, you're going to need a Davco fuel filter wrench. And this one from Lisle is the one you'll want because it is so much thicker than other ones you may have seen. You cannot bend this, but those other ones do bend because they're made of very thin gauge metal, and when they bend, they're useless. This not only does it have a lifetime warranty, but I dare you to bend it. I mean, you can, I'm sure, if you run it over or smack it with a hammer a few times, but that's not the point. The point is, during normal use, you're not going to bend this. It's going to last you forever. This is the one that's 6 inches in diameter. It also comes with a fitting there for the vent cap. I sell this all the time to the mechanics at Capital Metro and the fleet and diesel shops because this is the size filter ring that they routinely service. And it's on sale right now. It's less than $40. So for the money, you can't buy a better one because it's going to last you forever, and it's built so solidly. Love stuff from Lisle in general, and this is, I think, one of their nicer offerings because it's so simple and so well built. Next time you need to chase some threads or you need to clean up some threads, consider the thread chase kit from Lang. If this looks familiar, well, I can't show you without opening it and sealed up, but it's because you have seen this on almost every other tool truck. It is the set made for Matco and Snap-on and Mac and Cornwell. Lang is the manufacturer, and they make this for everybody. You've seen it probably in a red blow mold case. It's the gray one that Lang has under their own name. Pricing varies depending on where you get it. But when I can get it, you know, like this from the manufacturer through a distributor, the price tends to be less. And this is the set that has taps, dies, thread files in it. It has 2 different files, and it runs national coarse, national fine, and metric sizes. The whole sizing chart is right there on the front, and it gives you a diagram here of what's inside the kit. They do have a set similar to this that's a little bit smaller, but right now they're on sale, so the bigger kit actually costs less than the smaller set because the smaller set's not on sale. You have seen this on a million other tool haul videos. It's the micro drill set with a driver from Titan. This is terrific for servicing carburetors or cleaning out the nozzles on welders. It has a bit holder here and a whole array of itty bitty little drill bits. Put them in the brace there, and you can spin that easily and clean stuff out. 27 total pieces. It's like 38 bucks. This is a battery for a Streamlight Stinger. They have a similar one for the Stryon, which is way shorter because it's a smaller light. And this one is going back in stock because I replaced the battery for somebody the other day who said that his light was a few years old. And he says, I'm having some trouble with it. Can we send it in? I said, yeah, I'll take a look at it. So as I'm looking at it, I said, let's try another battery. So I took the one off the shelf, popped it in, and worked great. And he said that the battery in that light was a number of years old. So it's no surprise to me that it was on its last legs because it was one of the older nickel batteries with the green case. This one is a lithium ion with a blue case. The ones that have the green case are the old nickel metal hydride batteries that do have a limited life, like all batteries do. But he got a few years out of it, which surprised me because it's not uncommon to get 2 to 3 years out of the battery. I think he was pushing 4 years or more on his. So it was time for him to replace the battery. So this is going back in stock and back on the shelf. It's a great way to stock up on oil filter wrenches when you get the 4-piece set from CTA. It comes in a solid base with a magnet on the bottom. So it's not going to slide around your box, and it has not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 band-style oil filter wrenches that sit right there in the base. They have a set with 4 jumbo-sized wrenches. They also have a set that has 6 wrenches. This is the one that has all the standard automotive sizes, so it's the one I keep on the truck. And, you know, for, I think the $90 that it costs, it's a good deal that will get you set up in the foreseeable future for any oil change job that you're going to have, unless you've got some specific need for something large that these don't cover. But there's plenty of options there too, like strap filter wrenches and really large band style wrenches that require a 1/2-inch drive breaker bar or something to use on them. Lots of options when it comes to oil filter removing tools. This is a standard one, and for some dumb reason, it took me forever to put that set on the truck. I don't know why I never thought of it before, like 6 months ago. But once I started putting them on, it sells all the time, and you know I've been missing out on I've been missing out on sales for a long, long time because I just was too dumb to put one on the truck. But now that I am, I'm very glad that I did. This one's from CTA, and CTA makes a lot of great specialty tools, and their stuff has lifetime warranties. So you break one, I'll hand you a new one. Simple as that. Hey, Lindsay, yeah? You should do more with Vim. I heard that a lot, and I hope in the last few tool hauls that you have actually seen an uptick in Vim tools that I've been showing you. I have this socket rail that they make, and these are just gorgeous. They have them in different colors and lengths. This one's the 8-inch one. They make them up to, I think, 20 inches, if I'm not mistaken. And the dealio is with this. You can see on the end there a T-channel right on the end. You take posts like this and you slide them in that channel, space them out however you want, then you can screw them down to tighten them so they don't slide around anymore, and then just put your sockets on. There's 2 magnetic rails on either side, and they hold rather securely. And on the back, more magnets so you can put it firmly on a vertical surface. Yeah, this will hold a rack full of sockets on a vertical surface. That's how good the magnets are. And you can put them straight up and down in your drawer and keep them sliding around. They are not cheap, but they are very good. And this is one of those tools that you may not want to jump on it early in your career because they're pricey. I mean, this rail alone is... where'd the price? I just had the price tag with it. Oh, hang on. The rail by itself is $31 for that tiny little rail. Now, if you want the bigger rails, you're spending $50, $60 on them each. So before too long, you're spending many hundreds of dollars just on socket organization, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The faster you can find your sockets, the less time fumbling around, the more efficient you're going to be. It's one of many tools and methods and techniques that you can put in your repertoire to get more efficient and save minutes, maybe even hours a day, hours per week, see more cars, make more money. That's the whole name of the game. But it may not be the right thing for guys who are really early in their career because they are so pricey. There's plenty of other ways to organize sockets. But this is a beautiful, kind of sophisticated, refined way to do that. So if it's the kind of thing that you want to have in your box, it's a great thing to consider. Just weigh out that price and the function based on, or rather compared to, other socket organization solutions that are out there. More Vim, more Vim, more Vim. Whoa, I hear you. Slow down. I'll show you. Don't sweat it. Got you covered with these stubby half-cut Torx bits from Vim. They come on that same rail I just showed you. And they have a T10 through T50. And these are extra short to get you in tight spots. I have thought a lot about what this thing is on the end. I don't know. I don't know why they put that there. Is it to hang it? It's a weird and awkward way to do it if that's the case. But it's got, a split ring, so use it as a keychain. I don't know. I don't know why. If you know, please tell me, because I'm obviously overlooking something simple as to why that's even there. But these little guys are just terrific. They're some of the only ones like it that I've ever seen. And they're quarter drive. You can see these are the posts I was talking about. Just screw-on round posts. And the bit just goes on and sticks to it because it has the two magnetic rails on either side. And I don't know, they're just an awesome setup. I'll show you how these posts work. So you just unscrew it and then slide it out the end. And then slide it back in that T-channel. Somehow. Like a pro. And then tighten it down. Put your socket or your bit back on it. And they are. Perfectly stored. Love these little things. And they're running a promotion on it right now to the dealers, so I got some of these. Because there's no one else really that I know of that has a comparable set of half-cut or stubby bits, sockets, like bit sockets like these. Vim has Torx. I think they've got Hex. And they've got some great specialty tools that no one else seems to be able to touch. Ooh, this is an old favorite of lots of tool hauls. These are the Klein flush cutters. Just a terrific set because they are a true flush cut. They don't leave a point on the end of your zip tie for you to drag your arm across and scrape yourself up and tear your gloves and poke yourself. And anyone who's worked with them knows what I'm talking about. This one cuts flush, truly flush. So you eliminate that. The best thing about these is not only are they made in the USA, but they're also rated for small gauge wire. And I don't know that you can find other flush cutters that are. Knipex has a true set of flush cuts, a little bit larger than these, but they rate them for plastic only. And in fact, they put it right on the handle for plastic only. You avoid the warranty if you use them on wire. And if you use them on wire, you will wreck the jaws. I've seen it. They'll get these perfect circles in the jaws because they can't handle the hardness of wire. These are rated for up to 16 gauge wire and lifetime warranty. So any problems with them, you just give them to me and I'll hand you a new one. Simple, simple, simple. These are the ones that people gravitate toward because not only they function so well, but they're only like $28 on the truck. And when you compare that price, I think $60 or $70 for the Knipex ones, I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is the one that people are going to go to. So it doesn't even benefit me at all to put the Knipex ones in inventory next to these. Give someone the choice, and they're going to choose the Klein. All right, Tyler Williams, I know you're watching. These are for you, bud. But by the time you see this video, you'll already have these. These are light-up safety glasses from Coast. Tyler saw these in a Matco flyer and asked if I can match their price, and I was happy to. And they're just a terrific set of safety glasses with a light in the temple piece. It might be easier to see on the diagram on the back. And I'm a big fan of Coast, as you know if you've seen my other tool haul videos. I've done videos just on Coast lighting to show you what's in the lineup because I'm a big believer in their products. Great quality. Pricing is superb. When you compare their prices to Streamlight prices, you're spending way less on a comparable Coast product, and you're still getting the benefit of lifetime warranty. And perhaps the best feature of that is I'm going to swap them out on the truck. Streamlight we have to send into Streamlight and they'll repair or replace it, but these I can just give you a new one. So these are awesome. Now, not every product from Coast has a lifetime warranty. These do not, but they do have a 5-year warranty. So try finding another pair of safety glasses with the features this one has and puts a 5-year warranty on it. I mean, Coast is excellent with their warranties. That's also a reason why I've gone to their work lights now, because their work lights carry lifetime warranties where I can't find another work light that does. And they're versatile, terrific lighting. I love Coast's products for a lot of reasons, and they just make it easy for me to make it easy for you. And that is just the whole match made in heaven right there. When you can find a vendor that does that, you stick with that vendor. And I'm very happy to be carrying Coast products. And anytime I make a recommendation, if I compare the Coast to the Streamlight stuff, like I was talking about the Klein and the Nitbeck stuff, people are always going to choose the Klein. People always choose the Coast. If you go side by side and look at the features, benefits, and pricing, Coast wins out every time. On the occasion when somebody does want a Streamlight product, I carry them. I mean, we got stuff in inventory. But, you know, when it comes down to choosing what I put on the shelf for pen lights and flashlights and headlamps, it's Coast all the way. And I'll get some specialty lights from Streamlight, like the micro Streamlights are popular. I put those in the truck all the time. And things like the little Cyclone work lights and things like that will go on every now and then. Their pocket make flashlights are terrific. They're the only ones I know that have them, and they're popular, especially around Christmas time. So we bulk up on those. So it's a mix, for sure. But when it comes to the standard headlights, flashlights, and stuff, it's Coast. As I get to the bottom of my box here with all my tools in it, I noticed some stuff made its way to the bottom. Otherwise, I would have showed you this when I showed you the 1/2-inch version of this. This is the 3/8 90-tooth ratchet from Gearwrench with a comfort handle. It's smooth, it's strong, lifetime warranty. Pricing is right. Compare these ratchets to any other premium ratchet that you'll see on the Snap-on or Mako trucks or the Mack truck. And these come in far, far lower priced every time. And they have the same lifetime warranty. Some people tell me that they like Gearwrench the best out of all different brands of ratchets, and I would never take anything away from Snap-on's ratchets because I do believe that they're excellent ratchets too. I believe that they're nice and smooth, they feel really good, and there's some people that prefer that. And that's fine, that's fair. Put it in your hand, see what you like best, and you gravitate toward that. But when people give me the feedback that, yeah, they could buy any brand of ratchet they want, because they see me and they see Snap-on, Mako, Mack, and Cornwell tool trucks all in the same week, and they're buying these off of my truck because they like them better. That says a lot about this brand and their quality of products and their comfort that they have in a technician's hand. And it feels great to me knowing that I can offer something like that, save you some money in the meantime, and get you an excellent product. I might wind up taking these out of this blister pack and try to sell them individually, but this set is an excellent set. This is the new slim head locking flex head ratchet from Gearwrench. It has a push button lock mechanism, unlike that one that you gotta kind of thumb back and forth, and those get jammed up sometimes. I will admit that I am not a fan of that design, and Gearwrench has it as well as Matco. This design, I think, is superior like that. It's easier to lock. All you do is push the button from one side and then flip the ratchet and push it over on the other to unlock it. The head is much slimmer than their standard head design. I'll try to show you side by side here. So here's a slim head design in the 3/8 drive next to the regular 3/8 drive. And you can see just how big a difference it really is between the two. So not only do you save yourself some space, but because these are 120 XP mechanisms, you have a 3-degree arc swing on them. You don't have to go far at all to engage a tooth in the ratchet and start turning your workpiece. And not only is the head slimmer, but it's thinner too. You get an excellent, excellent product here. These are always on back order because they're so popular. I've had a hard time getting them. This is only the second set I've got in. So I'm excited to put it on the truck and start promoting it because the customer I had who bought the last set I have loves them. And I don't think this was on the truck. It was on for less than an hour before they were gone. And I keep putting reorders in, but they're hard to get. So I'm stoked to be able to eventually have them rolling in. Hopefully there's more supply there available now so we can get them as on a regular and put them on the truck all the time, because I think that they'll even displace some of their other locking flex head ratchets. I felt like a jerk the other day. I had a customer ask me if I had micrometers on the truck. What I had were calipers, and what I didn't know is, does my customer know the difference between micrometers and calipers? Some people call calipers micrometers, right? So I went to the shelf and I picked up the calipers and I said, I got these. And he's looking at it, he's not saying anything. So they said, but you know, some guys call these micrometers. He says, no, I want the actual mics. I'm like, okay. Now that I know that you know what you're talking about. And he says, yeah, I didn't know if you knew what you were talking about. So there was this awkward silence there while we were trying to figure out if each other knew what we were talking about, which was funny to have that social awkwardness there because he and I have known each other for years. And I don't know, it was weird that would even be an issue. But I thought it was hilarious that we both didn't know if the other knew and we weren't asking. It was one of those bizarre, awkward social moments. But he needs a pair of micrometers, and I have a bunch of different brands available to me. The one that I think makes the most sense for someone who does what he does for a living is the one from Fowler. This is the one that goes up to 1 inch, and it's the analog one, and you turn the barrel here to adjust the mics. And this, he doesn't have to do anything that nearly this thick. So he's measuring, I think, brake shims with it, if I remember right. And this is nice, and these are beautiful, smooth, solid feel. When you turn this, you're going to feel a nice quality mechanism there. There's other brands like Central, and a few others I may not be familiar with, but I don't sell many mics at all. They do have digital ones. They have like a weird digital analog one, which is kind of dumb. And then they have one with a regular digital display. But this is the analog one, which just feels so nice. They're beautifully made, accurate, and I know even machinists who do like the Fowler brand for certain applications. So I have faith in the brand. I've sold a lot of their dial calipers, dial indicators, that come on the goosenecks with either the magnet base or the locking plier base, and those sell very well. They have a good reputation among machinists, and honestly, if machinists like them, then I'm going to feel extra good about them, because to me, the machinist is the bellwether in the industry when it comes to measuring tools. Those guys do things to exacting standards that you may not have to do them to, but you still need something that's accurate. If machinists like it and they get good use out of it, chances are you're going to love it. So I have talked to machinists about the Fowler brand in the past when I was looking to see, you know, what are some of the better brands that I have out there available to me. And these came up in the conversation, and they told me, yeah, you won't have any problems if you offer Fowler. You won't wish they were better quality. People will be happy with them. Sure enough, they're dead on accurate about that. And it comes in a nice plastic carrying case and a cardboard sleeve. So this will go to my customer next week. Among some of the Milwaukee bundle deals that I was getting this week, they have an 8-piece hook and pick set. Has a large radiator hose hooks, and it includes the smaller picks. And if I got a few of these, and I also got one set of just the hose picks as a bundle. So they put one price on the whole thing. I buy them up, and then that way I can afford to take a little bit of money off these if I want, or I can do a promotion with the the third piece in here, whatever I want to do, break it up. It's great when they do deals like this because you get a whole bunch of stuff for one price, and then I can do all kinds of cool things, especially when it comes to hand tools and Milwaukee. Their stuff is excellent quality, but most of my customers know them for power tools. So it's a great way to introduce them to Milwaukee's hand tools. You're saving some money. If you don't like them, it's not like you're out a whole ton of money anyway. And they cover everything under lifetime warranties, which is very easy to replace. So I like Milwaukee for a lot of reasons. One being the ease with which they fulfill their warranty claims. Couldn't be better. I've been needing breaker bars in the truck for a while, and there was another bundle deal that Milwaukee has with their 1/2-inch drive breaker bars. The deal was if I bought a bunch of 24-inch breaker bars, I'd get some 15-inch breaker bars all thrown in the same bundle. And I love when they do that because it helps me keep the prices down and it affords me to do some promotional stuff if I want. These breaker bars are beautiful, full polish, 180-degree pivoting head on these, and there's flats on the handle here and on the underside. So when you grab it, it's not going to roll in your hand. You get a firm, positive grip and have plenty of leverage with a 24-inch handle. And if space is a concern, you can use the 15-inch handle to get in tighter spots. Lifetime warranties on them. They're terrific. I'm a big fan of Milwaukee for a lot of reasons, as you know. And when they keep coming out with new and different hand tools, I'm a big fan because we can try them out on the truck, see what people gravitate toward, and we might find that this displaces some of the tried and true ones that we've been carrying in stock because their pricing's so good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tool haul. Keep watching the channel because in addition to the regular tool hauls that we're showing you, I'm going to have some new air tool repair videos coming out, including one on that 3/4 drive Chicago pneumatic air impact. So do me a favor and click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.